You are eager to move and feel like an athlete again, but you're afraid to because you've been given misinformation, outdated recommendations, flat out lies, all the things that we like to call the nope.
In this series, we will debunk the nope, transform it into hope, allowing you to reclaim your birthright of healthy and athletic.
Don't forget to subscribe and share so that you and your friends are not missing out on any of this content. We want you to become a lifelong athlete. Let's get to it. Brandy, what's today's nope?
Today's nope is that my muscles are so tight and I've been told I have to stretch twice a day.
How many people out there can relate to this? My body feels tight. I have to stretch in order to get that tightness gone. We have better ways that you can do that because your muscles aren't tight because your muscles are tight. Your muscles are tight because your brain is telling them to contract. We're gonna go through how can we decrease that signaling from the brain to the muscle with some of our favorite exercises for that. So Brandy, go ahead and lay down. She's going to lay down on her back. The first thing that we're gonna do is unwind the nervous system. We take on so many stressors in the day. The brain predicts that it needs to protect. How does it protect? It tightens up all the muscles. If we're tightening our muscles to protect, we're not gonna be able to move freely. So we need to unwind the nervous system. How are we gonna do that? Diaphragmatic breathing. Brandy's laying down, comfortable position. Her fingers are on her belly button. Her goal is to breathe through her nose, not through her mouth. We'll talk about why in a second. And she wants to get her belly to rise up into the air, into her hands, and then back down. If she breathes into her chest, no rep. She needs to breathe down deep into the belly, let that rib cage expand. She's gonna keep working on that. Why nasal breathing? Mouth breathing is a learned stress behavior. We learn to mouth breathe because of stressful situations. When we breathe in through our nose, the air is warmed. It gives our body the time to go, oh, this is good. I don't need to be in a rush. I can settle in. How many people need to settle in? How many people are doing so many things in a day? You have so many responsibilities. You're so stressed out. You don't even have the time to think about how you're breathing. So what we're gonna do is take time here, 2 to 3 minutes of just getting that breath in, working on the diaphragmatic breathing. We're teaching the brain it does not need to protect all the time. Next thing we're gonna do from this, after Brandy completes that beautiful belly breath, is we're gonna start getting some blood into these areas that tend to be tight in the whole body. It's gonna be the low back, the hamstring, the calves, the hip flexors, the traps, the mid back. We wanna get blood flow going to that. Because once blood gets to those tissues, they go, okay, all right, I can move a little bit more. We have some lubrication around. So what we're gonna do is Brandy's gonna use her feet to start rocking her body gently back and forth. She's gonna continue to work on that diaphragmatic breath. She's gonna keep the breathing going, but she's gonna add in little rocks from the feet. You can see that her head is bobbing with this because it should be relaxing. The body should feel like jello or like a wave. Your feet push, it creates a small wave that goes up to the head, back down to the feet. So that covers the lower body up to the head. But what about the arms? What about the upper trap? What about that sensation going to the back of your head, wrapping around to the front because of the tightness of those upper traps? Well, let's use the hands. Let's use the arms to get some stimulus going. Brandy, let's show them what that will look like. Hands up on the wall, same idea. She's not using the feet anymore. She's using the arms to get this light rocking motion back and forth. Again, working on the diaphragmatic breathing as we're adding other components in to get blood flow going. Third thing we're gonna work on, our next progression after the breathing, after rocking with breathing, we're gonna go to a Turkish Getup. Why use a Turkish Getup to decrease body tightness? Because we want to distract your brain on an activity that is challenging and gets you into different positions, different joint ranges of motion without you even realizing it because your focus is on doing the actual movement. So first thing we're gonna do is with the dumbbell, you can see Brandy's holding it this awkward way, right? She's not holding the grip. She's holding it this long way to now force stability in through the shoulder. Her brain now has to be intentional about the movement. Go ahead, show them the first part of the get up. You can see where her eyes are watching this weight because the weight, you want to keep it balanced there. And the more that you can keep eyes on it, the more that the brain is going to trust it. But look what's happening here. We're getting a nice stretch into the low back without needing to do a ton of mobility work, right? We're doing the get up in order to open this up. Now show them the next part, going into a bridge. Guess what this does? Boom, we're opening up the hip, What's happening on this side? The shoulder's opening up. Brandy sneaks through. Look what it's doing to the mid-back. Look what it's doing to that downside hip flexor. Go ahead, swing back. Look at this position here. Again, opening the hip. She's working on her breathing still, right? That diaphragmatic breath, and then standing up. Now you're gonna reverse that to get back down. We tend to think of Turkish get-ups as a strengthening exercise and a stability exercise, which they can be used for those things, but maybe it has the best opportunity to help you out with your mobility because you're changing your brain's focus from protect and tightness and being overwhelmed to focusing on a fun motor control based movement. Good, go ahead and rest that down. The research shows us that static stretching, the only reason that it improves range of motion short term is because of the sensory nerves, the sensory fibers. We can do better than that. We can make this a longer lasting effect by taking our nervous system, calming it down, and then exposing it to movements while our brain is focused on that activity.
And the best part is you don't have to do this just before a workout. You can do this while you're driving, you can do it at work. Diaphragmatic breathing is so important because it helps you bring down your nervous system.
And that's what being a lifelong athlete is all about. Not just about the work, but your loadability and de-stressing your busy nervous system.
We are here to empower you to get out of the nope, replace it with hope, and help you to reclaim your birthright of healthy and athletic.
In this video, we busted some myths, updated your education, showed you some of our favorite movements, external loading, but at best, that's only half the equation. The other half is internal load, how we adapt to it. We don't just specialize in movement, but how we actually adapt to it to become lifelong athletes.
We can't wait to coach you if you're interested, so head over to hopenotnope.org and we'll see you there.